Hi everyone, this is Neha. Hope you guys are doing well. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Sanatan Dharma, Hinduism, and New Age. They're very similar, but they're all very different. And so I just want to give a quick background on these three topics and let you know, give you some information on the differences between these three subjects and also the similarities. So Hinduism is a religion that has a caste system, as we have been taught. And it has been inspired by Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma identifies and has principles where they tell us to be a good human being so that we can create and manifest a life, living a life full of passion and purpose. And it is all based on our actions, our perspectives, our intentions, our thoughts, our beliefs. And when we do things from the bottom of our heart, it helps us in increasing our awareness and consciousness. We basically listen to our intuition. We've opened up our chakras and we see these signs, these synchronicities and serendipities that allow us to fulfill our innermost wishes and desires. Now, does this sound like New Age? See, this is why I get that people get confused when they go down this New Age rabbit hole, especially when they go through that spiritual awakening. Because in essence, when one goes through a spiritual awakening, they're trying to go through that darkness. And so they get stuck there. And then they have this bad impression that because they've gone through the dark path in New Age, that everybody else who follows similar things must have the same mindset, must not know more than they know. And so here I'm trying to kind of break that illusion that you guys have. I grew up in a Hindu family. I've practiced Sanatan Dharma throughout my life, and I continue to practice these principles to be a good human being and to achieve the goals that, I've achieved in my life, whether they're personal or career. And so these are just fundamentals for being a good human being from my perspective. Do things to others that you would like to have done to you. Treat them with respect. And know that these laws of universe are always out there, working for you or working against you. It's not like it's rocket science. And I'm also going to share this with you. There was a document published on CIA's website that actually proved that law of attraction, manifestation is actually true. And so this was from CIA's website. And that's precisely what Sanatan Dharma was teaching us. The rishis, back in the day in our ancient civilizations. And so I'm going to take a step back and explain why, because many of us go down this New Age path, and I'm saying us, I've already been exposed to it since childhood, but many have gone through it because of their spiritual awakening. They get kind of stuck there because there is that darkness associated. From my experience, I'll tell you this. I have also been exposed to, on the other side, where I was aware that there is a dark side associated to this growing up, and there's a light side. And so I was a victim of black magic multiple times in my childhood. And yes, I'm smiling right now, but I will tell you everything works in divine timing. And I was blessed with angels who had helped me to get through this aspect. And so not everybody has that opportunity. And I had received hints from people of what to do and what not to do, right? In Hinduism, we call it nazana lagjai. So you do all these things. We know them as superstitions, but there is some scientific backing to this information out there. We just need to do some research. And so, with that said, I do want to kind of get that awareness out there that yes, there is a dark side, as in every religion. I would like to ask those who say, hey, you're New Age, you're in that cult. Find me any religion that doesn't have a dark side or that doesn't operate like a cult. I'm not saying I'm for New Age or I'm against New Age. I don't know too much outside of what I've learned from social media influencers. Let's just be honest. And many of those, when they get stuck in that dark path, they start talking negative about not only New Age, but they start talking negative about the things that I follow. And so it's just, for me, it's kind of disappointing because I grew up in the United States and I used to educate my classmates growing up about Hinduism, about the third eye, about why we wore the bindi, about why I had a nose ring, all these things. And people were open-minded to this. And so throughout my childhood, I would explain these kind of things. And as an adult, I'm getting more conversations on this of, you're following the wrong thing. And so it is kind of frustrating. And there are times, I'll just be honest, there are times where I lose my cool on it because I've been patient. I've been patient trying to help people and educate them in these things. And then they start attacking me and my beliefs and not being aware of what I've experienced. And that is also a part of Sanatan Dharma, right? You don't force your beliefs onto other people. Let me put this out there. When have you met a Hindu or somebody who follows Sanatan Dharma telling you to follow their practice? They usually won't, because they'll do their thing. That's how this religion or cult, as you would like it, operates, right? And so it's basically trying to be a good human being, because we're all here in this human avatar working on our spiritual goals, right? We're spiritual beings having this human experience. And so we're trying to do what we're here for in this lifetime. And we're going to be here until we accomplish all our goals that we have planned for before we came and took on this avatar. And that's what we will be doing until the day we die. And if we have unmanifested wishes, we come back in another life form. That's reincarnation. This is nothing new, and I'm not saying anything, just making it up out of thin air. This has been written in some of our ancient scriptures. And this is where I would like people who keep kind of putting this out there on folks like me who have grown up with this, of please just do a little bit of research before you pick on people who have grown up with this information and learned it from their grandparents, parents, or ancestors. And someone like me, I've done my own research throughout these last couple years and even before my awakening, because I was intrigued and I knew like the caste system was man-made. I don't follow it. And so I wanted to educate, others around me and give them the truth. That's another thing, right? The truth. As people go through that spiritual awakening, they're in that search for truth. And part of it, because we're going in that darkness, it's the dark to light. Yes, somebody may say that that's, New Age, but it's in every religion, like I said. But all religion leads to that same truth. We as humans had knowledge of this esoteric knowledge growing in our past, where we were able to build these ancient civilizations all throughout the world. Look at this, the Mayans, the Sumerians, and the Indians, we were all able to create magnificent architectures throughout the world. But we didn't have the technology that we have today. Or did we? So we don't know. We're not told everything. And so they were more powerful than we are. Their chakras were opened. They were more aligned with the higher self. And they were that much more powerful. And what happened throughout these thousands of years, those that are in power, they took this esoteric knowledge away from us and used it to create the reality that they want. And that is why I'm trying to share minimal information, because as a victim of black magic, I don't want to share so much information out there because I'm afraid. And this is the fear. This is my fear. I'm afraid that if it gets into the wrong person's hand, they may use it to manipulate the situation for their own benefit. We live in Kali Yuga, okay? So this type of information should be for those who have pure intentions and pure hearts that are trying to build a better world, not only for themselves, but for those around them. And it is very important information. But when they have this information, they need to realize that applying this information will make them and others around them that much more powerful. Use it with pure intentions. This is something that is also in Sanatan Dharma, the laws of the universe. So keep that in mind. And we may, if we're using this for ill purposes, have bad karma associated to ourselves. That's precisely why I try to not engage anymore in any of these new age spiritual leaders, influencers out there who kind of talk bad about Hinduism and Sanatan Dharma, because it's not my thing to kind of educate them on, because I think they've done enough knowledge, because they'll attack me and I don't want to be attacked, honestly. I'll just leave it at that. So just be mindful where you're getting information on these topics, and ask. It doesn't hurt to ask somebody who's grown up with this, right? Ask them for more clarity. Ask them, are you aware of this? Ask them, what can you do? Can you educate me? It's that simple. Questioning, right? And that's what led many of us to an awakening anyways. So please be mindful when you're hearing these three terms, and not to confuse the three. Even though there's many similarities, they're all different. Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma, and New Age. So pay attention, raise your awareness, and raise your consciousness, and work on creating a fulfilling life for yourself with pure intentions, because that's what we're going to need in the coming years, especially with all of these agendas being exposed. Good luck.